Okay, greetings all. Dr. Tormey saying hello once again from downtown Murfreesboro as we begin our week 6 in English 1020. To begin, let me offer you notes of encouragement and some clarification as we enter the middle third of the semester. First of all, my ungrading policy is again calculated to assign as many passing grades. There's no reason why any of you should be penalized by the fact that I'm still relearning this course after almost 2 decades and one additional semester now. I am using some new approaches, very different from what I've used in past years, and also some new materials that I'm both creating and updating as we move forward. So please rest assured that I'm doing my best to do my part in ensuring that you have a pleasant and productive experience in this hybrid version of English 1020. That's the first note. It is a note of encouragement. And so the second part is a reminder that you need to do your part. And your part involves being sure that you're submitting all of the course assignments to the appropriate drop boxes, done with reasonable competence and on deadline. You're making your way through the items on each weekly checklist, and you're either making it to class regularly or keeping in touch if you're out sick or missing for any other reason. For those who are struggling to keep up or to attend class regularly or might be falling behind for whatever reason, and I assume you know who you are, I offer here the reminder that any demonstration of soft skills associated with being a competent student, and of course those involve showing up, doing the work, keeping in touch, and being clear about what you're supposed to be doing, will take you a long way towards your goal of making a passing grade in English 1020. Okay, and so if you are falling short in any of those categories, let me remind you that you still have the obligation to get the work done, and you're always free to reach out to me for any kind of clarification that I can offer you. So, if you're behind or you've missed assignments, you can still catch up. I base my final grade according to the ungrading statement I've made to begin both weeks 4 and 5. And I base that grade on the totality of the work and the extent to which you've demonstrated the proper soft skills associated with being a competent and motivated student over the course of this 15-week term. If you're behind, you need to start where you're missing your work and make it up gradually, making your way through each weekly checklist, which are all linked on the homepage updates, also accessible on the content page, and you're turning in the assignments as you're able to according to our weekly sequence and in the proper locations. The work we do here is progressive and sequential, with with 1 week's work building on what came before and shaping what comes next. This isn't the kind of course where you can plan on doing a single assignment at term's end in hopes of covering multiple missed deadlines and uncompleted assignments from earlier in the term. You have to observe the sequence, so please do keep that idea in mind going forward. So this week, week 6, we continue with the project of developing our bibliographies, also called our works cited pages. You'll see in this week's checklist some additional information about source use, focus on evaluating a source's credibility and acknowledging biases and other critical details. As the week unfolds, you'll be reworking your bibliography based on whatever sources you've gathered to this point and whatever new additional sources you care to include. And you'll be updating it with annotations for each source. Annotations are basically 4 to 5 sentence summaries that accompany each item entered on your bibliography. If you are in a position to add another source or two or more, please do so by all means, and remember the point we've been stressing. One good source can provide useful search terms to drive other searches, thus serving the purpose of focusing your research and clarifying your topic. That process will pay dividends when it's time to articulate a thesis and formulate an argument. By week's end, you should have a fully annotated bibliography to submit. That assignment will be due by 7 a.m. at the beginning of week 7. So hopefully that clarifies week 6, the week ahead. And for now, I'll sign off and I'll offer the hope that everybody has a good week. Thank you for listening.